You're American hero. G.I. Joe is there.
Hey, welcome to Half the Battle.
It's been quite a while, but today we're going back to the cartoon as we continue our look at the two-parters. And today, Captives of Cobra Part 1 is up. We start our captivating tale at a mountain hut that's a cover for a Cobra scientific operation.
I didn't want to look suspicious.
Well, buddy, you're doing a bang-up job, what with wearing that outfit and all. Nothing suspicious there. The experiment goes wrong and all Cobras GTFO in rattlers before the whole thing explodes. A large boulder threatens the city below. I hope all those people have rattlers too. The boulder settles before it reaches the city, and in the Yamcha crater, strange crystals start to grow. At G.I.Joe headquarters, Gung-Ho is about to go on vacation to see his family, but Duke says they'll have to wait as there's an emergency, namely the whole Cobra explosion boulder crystal thing. The Joes flashing on the screen here are on leave, meaning they got out of work, but Gung-Ho didn't. So the Joes arrive in dragonflies and have to use the bridge layer to get to the crystals? Just look over there. There's plenty of room on the other side of the gap to land. This was just put in to sell the toy.
Okay, yes, everything is there to sell toys, but this is just so blatant.
Tripwire trips his way in, as he is wont to do, and I think he breaks off a piece of the crystal.
Any idea what caused the explosion, Tripwire? Was it nuclear?
I think a nuclear explosion would do a bit more damage than that, dude. He casually throws the thing away, and it causes a big explosion. This causes the rock to fall further, but it still stops before hitting the city. How very considerate of it.
He must have been working on piezoelectric crystals.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look that up.
Piezoelectricity is an electric charge that can accumulate in, among other things, crystals, when mechanical stress is applied. So that is a real thing.
Them exploding isn't.
The Joes are understandably pretty concerned and establish a perimeter.
That's not the worst of it. Take a good look. They're glowing.
Alpine, old buddy, that was already pretty obvious. Meanwhile, the Baroness is watching this, somehow, and contacts Cobra Commander, who has the most Cobra Commander idea ever.
Then attack now.
He cannot! One wrong shot and all the crystals would explode!
The Baroness suggests using family members of several Joes. But since they don't know the true identities of the Joes, they have to send Storm Shadow into the Pentagon to steal their top-secret files. He sneaks in using a droid from Star Wars? Sure, why not? He gets into the computer and conveniently only gets a few names, and they so happen to be those of the Joes currently on vacation visiting their families. And as he escapes, I think there's some animation missing. I mean, look and listen here. There's the sound of an aircraft, but nothing is seen.
Weird.
The Baroness orders the Crimson Guard to capture the relatives of the Joes they identified. Meanwhile,
Send out an emergency recall to the Joes on leave.
well, isn't that convenient too? What we get next is scenes of each family, one by one, starting with Quick Kicks, whose parents run a store. We also see their vacation get interrupted by a futuristic beeper, not unlike what you see at the beginning of every Mask episode ever. And as soon as the Joe in question leaves, the bad guys show up.
You will come with us. Take them.
How did they hide their helmets under those hats? Up next is Scarlet, and oh dear, there's so much going on here, I don't even know where to begin. Okay, first, the hair color is off. She looks more like CoverGirl. Second, the codename is spelled Scarlet, missing the L and a T. And her last name is supposed to be O'Hara, not Ohana. There's so much wrong here, it could be one of those Find the Mistakes children's drawings. Anyway, she visits her father and 3 brothers who all ambush her wearing masks. What a lovely family. No, it's training and the masks were so she wouldn't know who was who, since she knows their fighting styles.
So we thought if you didn't know who was who, it would give us an edge.
That's some horrible voice acting right there.
And I think this is just an animation miscoloring, but it looks like she's barefoot. She gets called away and is barely out the door when Storm Shadow and a bunch of Crimson Guards attack. The guards are useless, but the ninja makes short work of the family. Next is Thunder, and it's nice to see that character get some screen time, since vehicle drivers tend to be featured less. Thunder has both parents and a kid sister. And you know the routine by now. Family barbecue, Joe gets called away, Cobra comes in to kidnap, and Thunder's family doesn't even get a main Cobra character, it's just the CGs. Then there's Shipwreck, who's got an aunt, uncle, and nephew, who's bummed out because he recently found out he's adopted, so Shipwreck has a heart-to-heart with him.
But I was adopted too.
Huh, I didn't know that.
I guess I've just got abandonment issues, Uncle, since I'm really scared the people I love will run out on me.
It's an emergency, Jesse. I have to leave.
Crap. And then of course the kid gets taken. Up next is Spirit, who's got a grandfather and a cousin, and she's having an important ceremony. Daddy has to leave. Cue the Crimson Guard on... green ferrets? What the hell? Also, Spirit, just walked off screen. How is he not aware of the very loud attack that happened seconds later? And finally there's Barbecue, who has both parents, but we're gonna be focusing on the father, who's a fireman. They get called out to a fire, so they go to, fight it. And that's not how you break down a door. Things go bad as the dad is caught in the blaze and there's nothing Barbecue can do. Some other firefighters rush in, but wouldn't you know it, they are with Cobra.
Dad! No, not now!
This is the only Joe who doesn't immediately rush off when called. Understandable, since he thinks his dad is still in there. He does leave when he's told his dad is safe. Meanwhile, the Joes are testing just how potent the crystals are, and yeah, they're pretty damn potent. Like almost nuclear level. The captives of Cobra have been brought to the Baroness, and I thought they'd just use them as hostages, but then we get this.
Begin the brainwashing.
Is that the friggin' brainwave scanner from the comic? I mean, that guy isn't Dr. Venom, but it's pretty clear where the inspiration came from. The brainwashing begins, though Dr. Not Venom warns that strong-willed people can resist it or overcome it, though they have augmenters to help with that. The Joes have to destroy the crystals, so they cut them up and are gonna transport them using, that thing. Damn, that's goofy looking. The ATV is conveniently escorted by all the Joes who have family members missing. And sure enough, during the trip they run into Cobra.
It's a Cobra unit.
Why are they wearing those outfits? Shipwreck is the first to spot the problem, and the voice actor gives a good performance.
No! 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 Oh, Jesse!
And the episode ends with the brainwashed squad advancing on the Joes. To be continued. And that was Captives of Cobra Part 1. Most of this episode was of course set up for what's to come, but it was necessary setup, and gave us a look at the family life of at least some of the Joes. Though it's kinda funny that this was before the ideas for G.I. Joe the movie were thought up, so there's no Falcon as Duke's half-brother. And I was pleasantly surprised Cobra didn't just use their prisoners as bargaining chips, but brainwashed them and made the group active combatants.
I can't wait to see how this turns out. Well, I'll see you next time, everybody. And hey, why not like, share, and subscribe if that's your thing?
G.I. Joe, American hero. G.I. Joe is there.
Hi, Editing Timmer here. This is something I didn't notice when watching the episode, and only picked it up when editing, but why in the name of Serpentor Scrotum would the official secret file, with the real name and everything, still show Barbecue wearing his helmet, so you can't tell who it is? That just doesn't make sense, especially since we see him without his helmet in the episode.